The lights in the banquet hall felt too bright that night. They shimmered against the crystal glasses and the proud smiles of my colleagues. I should have felt unstoppable. After 10 long years of climbing, late nights, sacrificed weekends, and silent tears in my car, I had finally done it. I was promoted to senior director at one of the biggest firms in the city. My name is Leela, and for most of my life, I believed that if I worked hard enough, if I proved myself enough, my family would finally see me. But some truths arrive wrapped in the cruelest words, spoken by the person who is supposed to love you most. I grew up in the shadow of my younger brother, Ryan. He was the golden child, the charming one, the one who could do no wrong even when he broke every rule. My parents poured their love, their money, their attention into him. I was the quiet, responsible daughter who got good grades, never complained, and learned early on that love had to be earned. But I never stopped trying. I arrived at my promotion party with a heart full of nervous hope. I had personally invited my parents and Ryan. This was supposed to be my moment, the night they would finally be proud of me. I had no idea it would become the night that shattered everything I believed about family. The evening started beautifully. Colleagues raised their glasses to me. My boss gave a warm speech about my dedication and talent. I smiled through it all, glancing toward the table where my family sat. My father looked pleased. Ryan was on his phone as usual, but my mother, she had this distant look in her eyes. After the speeches, I walked over to their table, heart beating fast. I wanted to hear her say she was proud, just once. "Mom," I said softly, taking her hand. "Thank you for coming. This means everything to me." She looked at me for a long moment. Then she leaned in and whispered words I will never forget. "Leela, honestly, sometimes I think we should have stopped at one." The world around me went silent. I stood there frozen, still holding her hand. What did you mean by that?" She sighed as if it was obvious. "Ryan was such an easy child. You were always so intense, always needing more, always trying so hard. I love you, but sometimes I wonder if life would have been simpler with just one child." Those words cut deeper than any knife. In front of my colleagues, in the middle of my biggest achievement, my own mother told me I was the mistake, the extra child, the one who shouldn't have been. My father tried to laugh it off. "She's just emotional tonight." Ryan smirked and said, "Mom's always been honest." I smiled through the pain because that's what I had always done. But inside, something broke. All the years of being overlooked, of watching them celebrate Ryan's average achievements while mine were barely noticed, it all came crashing down in that one sentence. I excused myself and stepped outside into the cool night air. Tears streamed down my face as I realized how deeply I had been betrayed by the people who were supposed to be my foundation. But what I didn't know that night was that this pain would become my turning point. I didn't cry in front of them. Instead, I walked back inside with my head high. The rest of the evening passed in a blur. When my boss asked if everything was okay, I simply smiled and said I was overwhelmed with gratitude. But the next morning, everything changed. I made some quiet calls. Over the years, I had built strong connections in the industry. I also had quietly invested in several successful startups. While my family believed I was just a hardworking employee, I had become financially independent without ever bragging about it. 2 weeks later, I made my move. I hosted a private family dinner at an upscale restaurant. When everyone arrived, I handed them each an envelope. Inside were documents. "I wanted you to know the truth," I said calmly. "While you were busy favoring Ryan and wondering why I was ever born, I built a life you couldn't even imagine. I own a significant stake in this company now. I've also purchased the family home you always talked about losing. It's in my name." Mother's face went pale. "I'm not doing this to hurt you," I continued, my voice steady but emotional. "I'm doing this because I finally understand my worth. I will always love you, but I will no longer beg for your approval. From now on, I choose peace, and I choose me." Ryan looked shocked. My father was speechless. My mother's eyes filled with tears as she realized the weight of her words. In the months that followed, some relationships began to heal. My mother reached out many times, apologizing through tears. Ryan finally acknowledged how unfairly they had treated me. But the deepest change happened within me. I learned that you don't need to scream or destroy others to find justice. Sometimes, the most powerful revenge is simply becoming the woman they never believed you could be, and choosing to walk away from the pain with grace. If you're watching this and you've ever felt unwanted or unseen by your own family, please hear me. You were never a mistake. Your value was never up to them. Keep building in silence. Keep shining even when they try to dim your light. One day, your success will speak so loudly that their words will lose their power. You are enough. You always were. Thank you for listening to my story. If it touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear that they matter. Drop a comment and tell me, have you ever felt invisible in your own family? Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and never stop believing in yourself.